Hello, hello, everyone. Good day, good day, good day to you. Oh my goodness, have we really entered into 2020? We have. Oh, what a just awesome year this is going to be. And so many ways, stepping into clear focus and vision. 2020, right? Prioritizing our life, stepping into action. I think there's been a lot of purification and transformation and intense kind of work we've been doing internally these last years. 2019, I know, was like that for many people. It was just a really immense inward year. Some people were a little more outwards. A lot of people were very inward. So if you're one of them, that was very normal to be happening, because right now it's kind of like taking what we learned and grew from, and within those that purification time, and snapping into action and prioritizing and bringing into clear focus what is important to you to be bringing into this planet and as a soul and a body, right? And this is powerful. So often we're just getting distracted by so much stuff in this planet. And today I'm going to talk about a topic that's really important. And this whole month I'm going to be talking about stepping into who we truly are, as well as getting into clear focus and stepping into action, those action steps that bring you more into that focus, more into you really knowing who you truly are, more and more, right? So before we do that topic, and more specifically what the topic will be when I share it, let's do it after we do some grounding work, some breath work, okay? So what I'd like to do in this breath work portion is I'm going to move us through five deep breaths. On each breath, I'm going to count to 3. I'd like you to deep breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. On the in breath, internally speaking to yourself, receiving God. On the external breath, externally, right, outward breath, please say giving God. So giving God, okay? And so it's receiving God. And then I want you to hold it at the top, and I'll tell you when to let go. And then I'm going to say, let go, giving God. We're going to do 5 of those. That breath at the top where you hold it, that is so important and so powerful. I highly encourage you to just really bask in that holy now, that stillness, that connection to all that is right there in that space where you're holding your breath right there at the top. It's a powerful, powerful space. Okay, here we go. We're going to move into our first breath. 1, 2, and 3. Receiving God, hold it. Letting go, giving God. 1, 2, and 3. Receiving God. Holding it, basking in that stillness, that quiet connection to all that is. Letting go, giving God. 1, 2, and 3, receiving God. Holding it. Holding it. Feeling that divine stillness and presence. Letting go, giving God. 1, 2, and 3, receiving God. Holding it. Feeling that tranquility. Holding it. Letting go, giving God. One more time. 1, 2, and 3. Receiving God. Holding it. And giving God. Very good. Just beginning to just move into a cleansing, deeper breath, a rhythmic breath right here. Observing your breath, where you're at with your breath today. Is it easy to breathe, or could there be some restriction? Just giving yourself permission to relax to any restriction you might feel. Very good. Just relaxing into that restriction if there is any. Good. Just breathing. Thank you. All right. I'd also like for you right now to set an intention for yourself internally right now after this breath work. This intention has something to do with this time together. I'm going to give you the topic and then I want you to make your intention. The topic I'd like to discuss with you today, in order to step into action, it is true that we need to let go of distraction. That's the topic. So I want you to make an intention around perhaps the receiving of this information during this audio, or it could be about learning about distraction, getting more in touch with what distraction might be going on in your life. What's your intention around this audio right now in relationship to distraction in your life? There's conscious distraction, there's unconscious distraction. We can actually get distracted by relationships, by our work, by money, by life in some way, right? So just what would be your intention around distraction right now in your life? Bringing it forward. My intention is beautiful. Just stating it out loud or stating it internally. Excellent. So let's talk about distraction. How many of you out there get distracted sometimes by just simply waking up in the morning and just getting worried about what you're going to do for the day? Did you know that that is one of the most powerful egoic distractions? The ego is constantly trying to get us to worry about things. Worrying is a distraction. What about the need to be liked? Do you think that could be distracting? The need to be successful, could that be distracting? What do you think needy energy does? Did you know that the ego in itself is a mechanism that's needy, safety-seeking, control-seeking? It's constantly trying to get us to look externally, outwardly for what we need, what we desire, so that we don't actually go internal. We don't actually go inward to discover what we really truly wish for to find in this world, such as true inner joy, true inner peace, true inner happiness, true inner abundance, right? It's all inside. Are you not, just as I am, a divine emanation of God, a beautiful extension of God, which means that you already have all these things inside you. So the ego's like, okay, I don't want you to know about that. I'm going to try to get you to constantly be out of clear focus, right? Into this distracted way of being and looking outside, constantly trying to figure out how to make your life better through external means, right? If I could just get liked enough, if I could just get loved enough, if I could just get enough people to say, I think you're great. If I could just get enough people to say that I'm pretty. If I could just get enough money. If I could just get a really nice car, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be good. So I'm just going to constantly try to get, what I need out here so that I can finally feel internally safe and happy and peaceful. I'm so sorry. I am deeply sorry. This is not how it works. This is a trick of the ego. And it's all distraction. We're constantly unaware of how much distraction we're creating. I cannot tell you how much distraction I've created in this life. And I've had to forgive myself for that because, I didn't know any better. And nor does anyone really know when they're truly getting distracted. It's something we have to become conscious of, right? We get to become conscious of. We get to have more awareness around what distraction is today and to start to see it in our life. Distraction also can be busyness, working a lot, distraction. What are we distracting from? We're distracting from our true divine self, our soul self, right? Because the ego doesn't want you to know who that is, doesn't want you to know your true God, goddess self, doesn't want you to know your true divine self. If you start to get to know that part of you, that the real part of you, all the real parts of you, the whole part of you, the higher self part of you, what do you think would happen to the ego? What do you think it'll be happy about that? Do you think the ego would be enjoying you being distracted from its plan? No, it actually sees you discovering your true self and embodying your soul self and connecting with your higher self and becoming more the embodiment of your higher self as a detriment to it, and to the point where it actually feels that it would mean its demise, its death. What it doesn't realize is that it's not its death that's at hand. It's the ego's enlightenment is at hand. It's not its death. It doesn't realize that. And there actually is, with enough education and knowledge that you gain as a soul and a body, continually doing your purification and clearing work to remove the fear, remove the irrationalities, to remove the insecurities, to remove the judgment, the shaming, the blaming, literally just letting it go, rewiring your system, which is completely possible and real, and everybody's on the same path to doing so. We are not to worship Jesus, right? He says, be like me, don't worship me. Buddha, same thing. I am not unlike you. I am you, right? We're all heading the same direction, whether it be in this lifetime or the next or the next or the next or whenever you choose. We're all heading towards enlightenment. And distraction is not going to get us there. So what I'm saying to you right now, join the club. Most people are distracted constantly. And that's exactly what the ego wants. It wants you to feel distracted by life. It wants you to constantly see life as an endless journey of trying to figure things out and try to understand things and try to get things and try to blame on people for things and shame people for things and judge and blame and shame and you name it, right? It wants you to constantly be doing that because that is very distracting. And in this precious life that we have in this life, it is short, yes? It's not extremely long. Have you seen how time is moving? So every day, every moment is precious. Precious. Let's let 2020 be a year that we end the cycle of distraction. We turn that whole distraction habit on its backside and say, no, what's most important to me? I need to be my main priority in this life. If I am not, what is? Meaning, what else would be ruling your roost if you're not? Could it be the ego? Exactly, yes. So let's let our souls lead, not the ego in 2020. Let's step into action by shining a flashlight on every moment of every day as much as possible. And believe me, I know that is easier said than done. I'm not saying you're going to do this tomorrow. All of a sudden, every moment of every day, you're going to catch the ego in its finest form, doing what it does, trying to create distraction. And I'm not saying that you're going to catch it right away, right? You might catch it a few times though, today and tomorrow. What about the next? You might a few more times. Oh, I see what's going on here. Who just said that? Who's trying to get me to get real busy right now when the best thing for me to be doing is prayer? The best thing for me to be doing is meditation. The best thing for me to be doing is going inward, to be quiet, to be still. The best thing for me to be doing is some qigong or yoga, whatever it is, right? You can just feel it. Your body and your spirit is crying out for some inward purification as well as taking care of your physical vessel. You know, there's karma coming up. It's coming through and it wants to be worked with. Instead, the ego's like, oh, come over here. Look at that person. You should go hang out with them right now. You should go get busy with something. This month in January and going forward, 2020, let's make a pact with ourselves. We're not going to do that to ourselves anymore. We're not going to get distracted by life externally. We're going to go internal. And we're going to shine that flashlight on the ego consistently because we are worth it. And snap into action into 2020 in a way that has that clear focus, has that clear insight, clear intuition. We are clear, more clear, because guess what that does? That becomes your greatest gift of this year. You become your greatest gift of this year. As you do what I'm saying, you're going to expand your consciousness, which means your light's going to increase. And guess what happens when your light increases? You are a gift to yourself. And therefore, you're also a gift to others. They see it, they feel it, We need more of this for 2020. This planet needs us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hearing me today. All right. I'm going to close this out in a prayer. And if you would, sit down, place your hands over your heart space, one or both hands. If you can't sit down, totally fine. Just do your very best to let every word of this prayer move through your heart. And for all of us, please, right now, before we begin the prayer, I'd like you to drop into your heart space. It usually helps to connect your hand to your heart space or both hands. Just dropping into your heart, feeling your heart right now. Excellent. Remaining here and within your heart through the entirety of this prayer. Moving into prayer. So I thank you so very much, Mother, Father, God, Goddess, for this beautiful, beautiful, divine, blessed day. It is true in this day we get to be here. We get to be here. This life is a gift. It is true that in every moment of this life, we have an opportunity to make a choice of how we want to show up and what we want to bring into this moment. And Mother, Father, God, Goddess, if there's anything blocking any one of us of moving forward in this life in a way that is of clear focus and vision, free of distraction, please remove those obstacles right now. Any kind of neediness, any kind of controlling energy, any kind of safety-seeking energy that pulls us out of alignment with our true divine selves, please, I ask you to remove these obstacles, to remove these energies, remove these egoic attachments right now from each one of us, because we're ready. We're ready to move into clear focus, clear vision, clear insight, clear intuitive capability. We want to rise up and rise above any kind of egoic attempt to hold us back from having the life and the relationships of our greatest dreams, allowing us to fully move forward in a way of more ease and more grace. I am so very grateful for this assistance. Mother, Father, God, Goddess, thank you so much. Therefore, seeing 2020 as a year of getting our priorities straight and putting our soul self first. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with these words, I say, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Thank you so much for joining me. Beautiful. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay. Talk soon. Many blessings. All right. Bye-bye.